Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This podcast here is episode 27 of a Podcast. If you're new to my channel, this is a podcast I run with a few friends of mine. I went to college with, primarily talking about Gopher football, college football, and possible NFL stuff. So if you're interested in that at all, go ahead and keep watching. But if you're not, you don't have to watch. You can just leave the video and just ignore it. It's one of the many videos I post to my channel. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a Podcast, episode 29. This will be our post-game reaction and stuff from our away game at Maryland and preview our matchup against the Fighting Illini. So joining us today, our host is myself, Jason, along with...
I am Larranz. Can Tracy Clays just be our defensive coordinator, Guider?
I am Wyatt. I warned y'all about Indiana Oelkers.
And Griffin, we have been exposed yet again by a dual threat quarterback.
And welcome back to another podcast. So to get started, we are going to... I don't want to say it, but recap the overtime loss to Maryland. Just to go a little bit on here. So in terms of statistics, our Tanner Morgan was 10 of 15 for passing, 189 yards, 1 touchdown, only had 1 sack. Our lead rusher was Mohammed Ibrahim, who had 41 carries for 209 yards for 4 tutties.
This game seemed very similar to the Vikings game we had today, where the running back, my mistake, absolutely carried the entire team. Now, Mohammed, as great of a player as he is, we need a more balanced offense. And I hate saying that because we have all of the right tools in place to have one. Yet we do not.
Yeah, our second best rusher was Trey Potts with 3 carries for 45 yards. And I think Larranz mentioned off air, like his entire career right now is average 7-some yards a carry. Is that correct?
7.8 yards every time he touches the ball.
Yep. And then the number 3, number 4 lead rushers is Tanner Morgan that rushed 3 for 19, pretty much like quarterback scramble or quarterback runs, and then Seth Green 2 for 2. Receiving Chris Ottman-Bell, the crab. I think he heard me shit talking him yesterday, a couple days ago, because he sort of went off and had 4 receptions for 112 yards, one being the 39-yard touchdown run. Rashad Bateman had 5 receptions for 62 yards, long of 28. And then true freshman Daniel Jackson had 1 reception for 15 yards.
Now, I did not watch this game because I had a hockey game to attend. I watched the last about 8 minutes of the fourth quarter, unfortunately. But how did Daniel Jackson look? Was he in there most of the reps, or was that one catch kind of just one of the few targets when he was out there?
I don't even remember the one catch.
I think it was a design play for Daniel Jackson. That was it. Like, because Tanner always does his first and second read, and there's nothing there. He just passes it on or throws it away. So, yeah. But Jackson looked good on that one catch. Like, the ball was thrown a little behind.
Oh, no, actually, no. He had 2 targets. The other one was also a pass interference on the defense.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So he had an okay outing. So I think he just needs the reps.
Great outing and a relatively forgettable night.
Yeah, because... Oh, go ahead.
So, I just need to know, right? I appreciate the fact that Mohammed is the leading rusher in the Big Ten
by 100 yards.
by a very large margin.
200 more
Um,
than the Master Teague of the Ohio State University.
as one does. And I completely understand that. That's great. I appreciate that. Run the ball. Kiffin, run the ball. But if someone would have told, like, there was a point yesterday where, like, I think at our worst last year, we ran the ball 65% of the time last year, which was second only to the Badgers, who were basically running the triple option. But the thing is, when you got a receiver by the name of Rashad out there, and you got another receiver who's apparently yesterday just decided to catch whatever you just happened to throw in the air, I just need to know, why is it that it is so hard to throw these dudes the ball? And I also get the whole, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because we were just running it right down Maryland's throat and they couldn't stop it. But it felt like, especially in the fourth quarter, we were trying to play trestle ball. Like, we were going in a method that last year would have worked. Because last year, we could pin our ears back, send Carter, send Antoine on the blitz, send corner blitzes go in, and we could hurt people, right? So we could get conservative running the ball just to take the clock off. But this year, we are a Big 12 team. We can't stop nothing. We cannot stop anything, and I don't understand, when you have two weapons like this on the outside, why aren't you using them?
I mean,
That's all.
it was just very predictable play calling, because it seemed, from when I started watching the game in the fourth quarter, it was the classic PJ eat the clock. But I think they were trying to eat that clock a little too early, and it was very clearly run, run, run. And, well, look at that, 3 and out, punt the ball. Just seemed like there was no, I don't know, it was just the most vanilla play calling I have ever seen when you have the lead. Like,
I mean,
don't be that conservative. Take your shots. It doesn't have to be a 50-yard shot down the field, but make your receivers make plays. Receivers can't make plays if you don't throw the ball to them. Get the PI, get the hold, get the whatever.
I mean, like, it wasn't even so much like this. We're acting like this is brand new. We did this in most of the games last year. Like, let's not act like 3rd and 12 against Auburn, we just didn't run a halfback draw that went for 26 yards. So, like, PJ's been doing this. The only difference is, like, last year, you could do it, because if Maryland was down, what was it, at one point, 17 or 18 points against us last year, oh, they're done. Oh, the game's over. The game is over. Actually, if they're down 14 to us last year, the game is over. Because not only could we run it, but even if it was 3 and out, you ain't averaging 10 yards a carry against our defense last year. You're not. These receivers, you're not just chucking the ball up against our secondary last year with Antoine Winfield Jr. somewhere in the vicinity, right? And even Chris Williamson at nickel. You ain't, nope, you are not doing that. But this year, you can do it, right? And our defense can't stop it. So, like, PJ's philosophy of trestle ball doesn't work when your defense can't stop anybody. It doesn't matter if we go right down the field in 5 minutes to get a touchdown if they respond in 3 plays in 30 seconds.
Yeah, because, like,
I'm upset.
Because looking at the defense, so here's this. So our lead defensive, like, players that night was, so Jordan Howden had 5 solo tackles, assisted with 3, so 8 total. Tyler Newman had 8 total, so 6 solo, 2 assisted. Mariano had 8 total, 6 solo, 2 assisted, and then it drops off from there. Yeah. Our defense, like,
they're there for decoration.
like, I swear there are times when, like, especially on the D line, I'm not sure you guys noticed. So, for example, there were a few times I did say, "Oh, Maryland's offensive line did hold some of our players," but it's every game. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a coin toss, right? But there are moments where, like, say, Talia breaks out of the pocket, either to his right or his left to make the run or extend the play. Like, one of our like linebacker, like either the D tackle or some Micah Treadway would like break off his block, right? Like break off like the guard or center and move on and try to make stop him from throwing or running, and then whoever was at the end would land right in front of him. Yeah, Mafe or someone right in front of Micah's legs, and then Micah trips over. And then, of course, you have an out-of-position Mariano and who's our other Cody Lindenberg or whoever's rotating in.
Cody's gonna be good. I'm telling y'all, Cody gonna be good.
I'm a fan of Cody, but like when you're out of position or on the other side of the field, like towards like one sideline and try to get to the other, they don't have that speed. Like they have the athleticism and the like strength to like make the tackle and stop someone, but like they ain't 4.4 speed, 4.3 speed laterally, like while trying to shift hips. So, at least that's what I noticed. At least on the D line, like I think Mariano and Cody are doing their best, or Thomas Rush, because they'll bring him into like up to the line of scrimmage and pull him back or rush. But like Thomas can't do much either if like if he is like on the left side of the line. But like
the first touchdown with with Funk, just a simple, little crossing route. Mariano just could not keep up with him. He's not Blake Cashman.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that speed.
Or Kamal, who
y'all remember Blake Cashman out here chasing down anything that moved.
Yeah.
just seek and destroy. I still remember that Northwestern game where Blake Cashman almost single-handedly won it for us. If our offense could have done anything, we would have won that game. But Blake Cashman out here with 20 tackles, a strip sack.
I think he broke a record that day.
Just running it. He did.
And don't forget about Purdue either.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when he literally went up to David Blau, grabbed the ball, said, "This is mine now." He didn't even sack him. He literally just ran up to him, took the ball out of his hand, and ran away. I was like,
remember when he
you don't even need, he was such a gentleman, he didn't even need to tackle.
Remember when he technically called game in the Holiday Bowl our sophomore years? Sacking
wow.
Was it Luke Falk? It was the last.
And the fourth ranked Washington State offense.
I remember when it was fourth ranked and then it ran into
a legitimate Big Ten defense.
Players.
Remember when our whole issue was that we kept losing games 17-14? Because we couldn't do anything. And now we're out here looking like Kansas or Oklahoma out here in these streets. I hate it.
This one's going to hurt Wyatt a little more. So, unfortunately, on special teams, I forgot his first name. So, our punter, Stevenson, had four punts, averaged 34.8 yards a punt. His longest was 37.
Matthew Stevenson, huh?
His longest punt was what?
37 yards.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh no. Wyatt has left the chat.
I told y'all it was gonna be a problem.
And then, so for kickoffs, we had Michael Lance in. So he had 7 total kickoffs, totaled for 364 yards, average about 52. per kickoff, so pretty solid on his front on that. Brock Walker had 6 attempts and 5 were made, field goals or extra points.
Don't say his name. He doesn't deserve it.
Did he come back to Minnesota? Did we put him on the bus?
I think we kicked him off the bus, but I'm not sure. Like is he off the bus right now like we did with Demetrius 2 years ago or a year ago?
No. See, Demetrius didn't cause us a game. We were just annoyed with it. We were beating Purdue by 21 points when Demetrius dropped the ball. But, like, that's okay, Demetrius. You'll get another shot. And, you know, he did that thing where he saved us against Georgia Southern, and then he, like, stabbed Wisconsin in the face with a kickoff return. So, Demetrius, he redeemed himself. This dude.
I told y'all it was going to be a problem. And nobody took you that seriously. And
we're sorry, Wyatt. Wyatt, if you would have told me that special teams, not even special teams, I'm not even going to put all of special, actually, yes, I am. All of special teams is bad. But, like, if you would have told me that our punter was going to be that, like, Ohio State had a third-string walk-on kicker yesterday, and dude had a 60-yard punt. Third-string walk-on kicker. Can we just get a kicker? Just some.
Can we borrow the fourth string?
Can we have Emmett come back or?
Can Emmett? Can we get Jay? I'll take give me Carpenter, give me Santoso. Like,
Mortel.
You know what? Give me Mitch Leitner as a punter. I don't. Huh?
Give me back Peter Mortel.
Give me back Peter Mortel. Yes, actually, I don't care. Give me back Peter Mortel. Peter Mortel would never, not this.
Yeah.
This game was shameful. I'm sorry, Wyatt. I apologize. I did not take your warning seriously.
Yeah,
I apologize.
sorry.
Hurt me. Who is that special teams coordinator who we keep getting mad at? What's his name? Forget about him. I don't care about his name. It should be run through the mud and forgotten.
I think this dude is the equivalent of our Rob Smith on special teams. Why does he still... Griffin?
You're giving him too much credit.
Griffin, why does this man have a job?
Why did Rob Smith have a job? Because he's friends with people.
Oh, really? So now we're running the Iowa - Michigan State under Mark D'Antonio nepotism ring? Is that what we're doing? Griffin does not answer that question. Okay.
Oh, I will mention one highlight. Redshirt freshman D'Angelo Carter had the big man interception. I was like, fat man, go to the end zone.
Big man football was the highlight of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for me, it was the fact that he was directing traffic. And I was like, first of all, as soon as you get tackled, I feel like you might die because you are putting in work right now. I'm like, and you know, and the fact that he's a redshirt freshman, dude gonna be good. Dude gonna be D'Angelo. He gonna be pretty good. He's gonna be pretty high.
Can we actually put in like our actual playmakers on that D line, like Aboye? Because I think he wasn't all the snaps again. I like you said last time the rounds, like 30%.
No. Wait, no. So okay, Wyatt, I know Griffin didn't watch the game. Jason, I know you watched the game. Wyatt, did you watch the game?
Yeah, it's a full game.
Yeah, okay. So, like, did y'all notice that Talia did the exact same move like 4 or 5 times where Boye would absolutely destroy whoever their left tackle was. Just like throw him, do that stuff. And then he would run right at Talia, and Talia would do the same spin move going to his, I don't remember if it was his left or his, I think it might have been his left. Same spin move to his left, throwing right at the sideline, and someone was always open. It was the same move. The only time that move didn't work was like when they ended up getting like a 16-yard sack because he tried the move, but Boye was like, not this time. But it was the same move.
Third quarter with like 6 minutes left to figure that move out.
It was the same. Dude wasn't even eyeing it. It was just like, it's like whenever I'm playing Madden, I do the exact same circle spin. That's like until you stop it.
Speaking of Madden, are we gonna? Speaking of Madden, are we gonna call Joe Rossi and tell him to whip out the QB contain plays and just start with the basics?
Honestly, I don't want to see. Can we just
there
say
were several times where I could see Mariano Sori-Marin was the spy, but he was out of position every time Tua ran somewhere, and he always had a crappy angle. That ain't
we're
gonna
gonna talk about these safeties though?
What, Jordan Howard?
Can we not?
Tyler, I'm really praying that Tyler Newman is. You know, something that I'm noticing, and I really hope I'm not being a Debbie Downer. I wanted to get you all the opinion. I feel like PJ's defensive recruits haven't worked. Can y'all name? And I mean, watch this. Okay. And not a transfer from somewhere else. Can y'all name a PJ defensive recruit that this year has been putting in the work?
Besides Cody Lindenberg? That's a true freshman. But
Why is just in there like I plead the
I need
fifth.
to answer the question.
Tyler Newman's been really good on special teams, though.
Griffin, say that to my face.
Wyatt, are you okay?
No,
Your face is so red. Are you okay? Oh God.
I'm angry at Matthew Stevenson.
I remember Tyler Newman.
Brock Walker.
I just love, like, it was Tyler Newman has been good on special teams. Wyatt's face immediately. What? Like, what? Wow. Okay. I feel like I don't want to say nothing else about special teams because he might jump through this phone and stab me. I don't know.
all right.
Can we talk about this next game? Because this Maryland's depressing.
Yeah. So next up, we have an away game at Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. What the hell, Alexa? Sorry, my Alexa just went off. All right.
Alexa, give the Gophers a win.
All right. So the Gophers will be in Illinois next Saturday. We're not playing a Friday night this next week. 2:30 kickoff on, I think, the Big Ten Network, and it will be on KFAN radio for the radio broadcast. Illini right now are currently 0-2. their two losses came. The first one was against Wisconsin. I think it was a Friday night game in the first game of the season when the Big Ten came back, and then they narrowly lost to Purdue. Is that correct? And
Yep.
That's all the notes I have. I haven't done much into the Illini because I'm trying to torture myself and rewatch the footage. Oh,
Well, see, this should be a very interesting.
I'll get the games to you guys soon on the Google Drive, but
This should be a very interesting matchup with Illinois because Illinois, I think, has only averaged like 15, 16 points a game, and
So you know they're gonna put 40 on us.
yeah, we're averaging over 30. It's going to be the points allowed.
Hammers the over for every single thing. Just hammers the over. So their quarterback has COVID. So there's that. Brandon Pete. Is it Brandon Peters? Yeah, I think Brandon Peters is his name. He got the Rona. So there's that.
And now we got Colin Taylor.
Yeah, we're playing. It seems that Matt Robinson will be the quarterback. You may remember Matt Robinson last year from Carter Coughlin putting him in the ground and Antoine Winfield picking him off and Sam Renner going right up the middle and choke slamming him. Like, he's not very good is the point. He's not ideal.
So,
and their defense is about as competent as ours. So
then, Larranz, I know like last podcast, Maryland was supposed to be our get right game, and would you say this has to be the get right game, or we're fucked for the rest of the Big Ten?
I would say that right now Minnesota is the get right game for every team in this conference. That's
true.
At least on offense, or rather, at least when other teams play our defense. Not so much a get right game for their defense against us, but if we don't win this game, first off, Rashad needs to opt out. Rashad, his draft stock is dropping right before he started the season. I feel like he was generally a consensus first round draft pick. His draft stock is dropping because I do not think they care that he is getting doubled and bracketed every single play. They don't care.
Plummeting. His draft stock is plummeting.
Yesterday, people were like, yo, Chris Amendale, though. Right? And you're out here and you're seeing where it's like Chris Olave wasn't supposed to be in the same sentence as Rashad. And now Chris Olave might be taken higher than him. That's where we are. If we do not throw this ball 30 times, I want Sanford 10. I want it. I don't. Also, can someone explain to me why Matt Simon isn't the one calling plays? Anybody?
I plead the fifth.
Because he is our co-offensive coordinator, and he was also, the one who called us against Auburn, and also apparently, and he does seem to know what a slant play is. So, Griffin, why? Oh well, Griffin's just like, nope.
I have nothing.
Fire Sanford.
Well, I'm digressing. Seahawks has won against the 49ers 37-27. Saints and Bears are at overtime 23-23. Saints got the ball.
Who dat?
And then Broncos defeated
Who
the
that
Chargers.
Khalil Mack? That's who that is.
The Broncos beat the Chargers 31-30.
Did they miss an extra point?
DK Metcalf with
They
40
kicked it back
fantasy
to
points.
Greenberg.
I'm not complaining.
I hate everything.
The Chargers actually have good special teams.
I'm really hurt right now, and I don't know what to do with this.
But I digress. So is it just their quarterback is the major thing? Am I missing anything from regarding the Illini?
No, they don't really have any running backs. Josh Baby is really good. He's their wide receiver. I don't know. They hide.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a game that before the season I would have thought was a trap game, and the reason I thought it was a trap game is because we would have beaten Michigan and we would have cut off Maryland's head. So we wouldn't have even been thinking about the Illini, but now both of us are desperate.
Didn't Northwestern cut off Maryland's head? And then
They did.
Maryland without a head?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is exactly what happened. The headless turtles.
So from SB Nation's the Champagne Room for the Illini, they say right now it's just Peters, their quarterback, but there are possibly more because they're doing contact tracing, and then they'll be doing multiple COVID testing. So it's still unknown. We're still a few days out, so I think we'll learn more as the game gets closer till Saturday. But for sure, their quarterback's gonna be out for a few weeks.
I wouldn't mind if we had a Wisconsin-style thing where Illinois has to cancel.
No, we need a
no.
game.
No.
We need a game, man.
We need to teach our punter to punt.
No, we need to do auditions and get some trombone players to punt the ball. That's what we need to happen. We need Brian Santoso to put on a freaking mullet wig and show up. We need Emmett Carpenter back there.
Bring back Jacob Calhoun.
I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Wyatt, I can't do it.
Wait, the only Wisconsin thing I want us to do right now is be able to take a player out, put one back in, and nothing changes.
I mean, okay, I don't understand PJ's culture. I understand PJ's culture, but what I mean is, like, you can see Wisconsin loses all of this stuff, and it doesn't matter. They lost 24 sacks last year, and their defense comes back, and it's even more terrifying. All right, Northwestern, no talent on that team, but somehow they are so disciplined that they're just out here just beating the crap. Like, Iowa scored 21 points, and that was before the end of the half, or 20 points, and that was before the end of the half, right? Northwestern didn't let them get another point. Northwestern didn't let them get past midfield, and this game was at Iowa. Even Iowa, you at least know what you're gonna get, right? Like, I thought last year we had finally established what PJ Fleck's offensive identity was. Run the ball, run a slant, occasional double move. It's simple, it's easy, it's fun, it works. And on defense, just don't let them beat you running the ball. And if they're basically on defense, I thought last year our defense played the exact type of game that Northwestern plays. We'll let you get your yards, but we're going to assume you're going to make a mistake before you reach the end zone. What happened to that? Why is that not a thing?
Yeah, it's a lot of things.
Rant.
Yep.
Until Iowa actually recruits a quarterback, they're just going to be barely above average.
Somebody said Spencer Petras was supposed to be the chosen one. Spencer Petras, he threw 3 interceptions against Northwestern. Northwestern has 6 interceptions in 2 games.
And Aiden O'Connell's leading the passing in the Big Ten. What is 2020?
Rank Rutgers, you cowards.
Rank Rutgers, you cowards. Anyway, can we just get the score predictions so I can go stew in more self-hate?
Keys to the game and then predictions. So what are keys for us to win?
Play zone defense, keep the ball in front of you.
Throw the ball downfield. Please.
If Turner can't do
That
it,
is
just throw in
normal.
Jacob Clark or Zach Anixet. They got the arm.
Throw the ball downfield. I don't care if it's underthrown. They're going to catch it anyway. Throw the ball downfield. I saw Michigan State have a true freshman, low 3-star wide receiver have 197 yards against Michigan. Because they threw the ball downfield.
Why are we suggesting that Tanner Morgan can't throw the ball down the field? We know he can do it.
He led the Big Ten in the average yards per throw last year.
We've seen him do it. We've seen some pretty phenomenal plays where Tanner Morgan threw the ball down the field. So why are we taking the ball out of his hands?
I think it's my pessimism.
Because our offensive line can't pass block.
That's the point. You know, I miss Daniel Favre.
I miss that. And Curtis Dunlap. I miss them so much. I miss them just being able to, like, Daniel treating every defensive end like a small child. I miss Curtis Dunlap running up to Micah Parsons like, what's good? What's really good? I miss that. At least they'll be back next year.
Still, actually, I forgot. I think Axel Rushmeyer, our left guard that started the last couple games. I think he
Don't say it.
Yeah, throw the ball downfield, be more balanced on offense. Defense, we got whatever it is, play better. I said it last week, just play better. I can't give a specific. Special teams. Can we
Stop pretending you can punt the ball. Punt the ball.
Can we have Mark Crawford back from COVID?
Go for it every play. Go for it every time.
Oh my God. I don't know what to do. Why are we so bad on special teams? I don't understand.
All right. Scores.
41-38 Illini. I don't care. This season's over. We're gonna lose all of our recruits. Start over next year. And Rashad's going in the 3rd round now.
I don't even know what to say. We're going to go with 33-31 Gophers. We're going to pray that Tanner Morgan throws the ball. We're going to miss 2 extra points because that is the way. And we're going to get a miracle.
Homie, I'm telling you exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be what you said, 33 to what?
31.
It's gonna be 31-30. Tanner Morgan's gonna finally throw the ball downfield for the first time all game, and naturally Rashad or Chris is gonna come up with it at the 37-yard line with 2 seconds left. Then it's gonna be a 50-yard field goal to win the game.
No, don't hurt me. The football if we're in that situation.
Everything's bad. All right,
What were you
Griffin.
38, 35. Brock Walker doinks it in off the left upright. And we win.
17 yards out or something ridiculous.
Well, this is
We're going to win
why
it by playing zone defense because clearly man-to-man coverage is not in our favor. And we are going to have a diverse palette of play calling. End around,
That's optimistic.
sweeps, inside zones, outside zones, run blocking. Muhammad's never going to get touched behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be beautiful. Did I just say all that?
You know, I'm just gonna say again. I watched Penn State run slants the entire second half against Ohio State, and it brought a tear to my eye. Cause I remember when we used to run slants. Do you remember Wyatt?
I remember when we used to run slants.
I remember that. It was so beautiful. They would go like this, and then they would go like this.
Instead of just running the ball.
Oh, look, they would go like this, and then the wide receiver would cut in like this, and Tanner Morgan would be like, whoop, and Tyler Johnson and Rashad would be like, whoop, and then, occasionally they would go like this, and then they would go like this, but then maybe like psych, and they go like this, and Tanner Morgan would be like, whoop, and Rashad Bateman probably would be like, whoop.
No, he just reached out with one hand. He wouldn't even need both.
He'd be like, whoop.
Like it's a little bird.
so
And then he do the gritty into the end zone.
When James Franklin gets fired because of Penn State fans' unnatural necessity for beating Megazord, can we hire Kirk Shiraka back? Can we get him back? Can we take him back?
So
Kirky come back?
Kirk Shiraka can be my head coach. I don't care.
No,
I'll give it to him. That's what he wants.
a little birdie told me last year that Rashad wasn't the biggest fan of some of Kirk Shiraka's play calling.
That's because Rashad
But it
doesn't
worked.
follow these slants.
He was averaging 20 yards a catch. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining? You
All I'm saying
ungrateful.
is, it worked.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
can I get to my prediction now?
Oh yeah.
No,
So Wyatt.
ending podcast now.
So same score as Griffin, 38-35. But
Damn.
Brock Walker is going to double doink it, and we lose.
Boy.
Illini wins.
Yes. Yeah, Jason. High five.
My pessimism is in now.
That Minnesota pessimism, it took over real quick. Like, I didn't even watch any of PJ's press conferences. I didn't want to see it. I was like, this ain't it. This really ain't. I almost want contact tracing to get back to Tanner just to see, like not him half COVID, but just like contact tracing. Just to see what we have behind him.
You want to talk about other things in the Big Ten or college football right now?
Rank Rutgers.
At least Michigan. Of course, it took Michigan State to expose Michigan. Not even the Gophers could do it.
Did
Rocky
you all know?
Lombardi.
Michigan is ranked number 23 in the country at 1-1 with a loss to Michigan State
At home.
at home in the Big House.
Fun fact. Do you know what their record is
1-6.
against any other? Dang it.
1-6.
1-6, I guess, against Ohio State and Michigan State, and against everyone else is like 25-0.
So it wasn't
I'm thinking ahead to when they've played Ohio State and been butchered.
You know what? I feel so happy. I am so happy for Michigan State. Mel Tucker was crying.
But let's go to this. Michigan is ranked number 23 in the country with a loss to Michigan State.
And obviously the team they blew out the week before sucks.
An unranked team. Rutgers ain't even getting votes.
Would anyone have guessed before the season starts that Rocky Lombardi, through week 2, has more passing yards than Justin Fields?
Wait a whole second. Justin Fields, he almost broke Tanner Morgan's efficiency record in his first game. 2, Justin Fields done thrown 7 touchdowns in 2 games. So he don't need to throw it everywhere. He's just going to throw it at the end zone and call it a day.
I'm not trying to chirp the man. I'm just stating the facts. The objective facts.
If someone would have told you that Minnesota, Penn State, and Iowa would start off with a worse record than Rutgers,
You know
would you
what?
believe that?
Rank Purdue.
I told you
Rank Purdue.
something like 2 weeks ago that Indiana was going to be in the top 4 in the Big Ten East. Would you have believed them?
So
Yeah.
Indiana gets Michigan at home next week.
Ooh, it's gonna be hot there.
Michigan about to die. That's
Remember
what's
when Indiana finishing in the top 4 in the Big Ten East was a hot take? Remember that?
Yeah.
And people thought I was kidding.
And look where they are now, number 13 in the country.
Rank Indiana higher, cowards. Indiana beat Big Ten powerhouse Rutgers. Who beat Big Ten powerhouse Michigan State. Who beat Big Ten player Michigan.
Is Jim Harbaugh fired this year?
If he wears his khaki pants again, he is.
Did you wear khakis the last game?
This
He wore
year,
khakis in the Michigan State game.
Uh-oh. Yep.
I say this year, no.
Homie just lost to arguably the worst Michigan State team I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he did.
That Michigan State team is
Michigan
bad.
State team
Yeah,
that
he did.
lost to Rutgers.
And not only lost, Rutgers dominated them. Let's be real clear about that.
With Noah Vedral.
With
you know
Noah
how hard it
Vedral.
If you fired Harbaugh, do you know how hard it would be during a pandemic? Like,
You think you want to talk about how hard it would be? Go get Jeff Hafley at Boston College, who in his first year took them on the road to number 1 Clemson and was a dropped pass away from winning that game. Like, go get Jeff Hafley and shut up. Or go get Luke Fickell at Cincinnati. You know, with the number 8 team.
Hold on. Let's give
there's no
Clemson
guarantee in
more
that.
respect than we just gave them. Arguably the best player in college football was out for the game.
Boston College When you know who they replaced Trevor Lawrence with?
Yeah, I know who they replaced him with, but he wasn't Trevor Lawrence.
No, he just happened to be the number one quarterback recruit in the country. Who they replaced the number one quarterback recruit in the country with the other number one quarterback recruit in the country.
Say his name.
DJ Ungalalele Ungalale. I don't know. Galileo. I don't know his last name. Okay. Look, it took me about a year to know Tua Tagovailoa. It took me a year to get Tagovailoa down. Okay. Can you say Assesi's last name?
Can I say who's last name?
The ESPN commentator sure can't.
What's Assesi's? I've heard Otomawa. I've heard Otomawe or something. I have heard so many ways. I'm like, can someone get this man's name right? I can't.
Listen, there's only one name that I care about, and it's Winston Delata-Badare.
He out here coaching. Can we bring back Winston? Can
he be the D-line coach?
Where's Cam Renner when I need him?
The Saints.
He's on the Rams.
The Saints are in the red zone with 1:40 left.
We played almost a full quarter of overtime?
Yep.
Nick Foles is our quarterback, Wyatt.
Yeah, Drew Brees is still the Saints quarterback.
But Khalil Mack still exists.
That's true. You know.
Khalil Mack putting the fear of God into quarterbacks since 2017.
They're on the Chicago 11-yard line.
All right, send everyone 0 blitz. I don't care. 0 blitz all game. Drew Brees Engage 8. Are you talking about Florida's defensive game plan? Because I swear Florida Gators' entire defensive game plan is engage 8 every single play.
Lol.
All right, can we end this thing? Because I feel bad. I'm hurt. Yeah. I'm in a bad mood.
I just want to remind people that Indiana is currently atop the Big Ten East. And Purdue. No, is it Purdue or is it Northwestern?
Both.
Whatever. One of those two teams is leading the Big Ten West.
I've been saying for a long time. This year was made for Northwestern. No fans? You see how that messed up Penn State? Do you think Northwestern cares about fans?
Who goes to Northwestern games?
Exactly. So while everyone else is confused because there's no noise, Northwestern is like, you merely adopted the lack of fans.
We were born into it. That 10 years ago, the Gophers would have been good for this environment?
Oh, perfect. Absolutely. Incredibly, yes. During Tim Brewster might have won the Big Ten.
Of course, we had last season where we had jam-packed stadiums.
We're going 3-5, and that's gonna be really sad. I don't know how to deal with that.
That's generous.
So, we gonna end this or no?
No hot takes. So we're gonna end the podcast here, everyone. Thank you for listening to our Minnesota pessimism.
I ain't got none of that pessimism.
And a very pissed off Wyatt when we mentioned a side of the ball with an S and a T.
Side of the ball. They don't deserve a side of the ball.
So we're going to end the podcast here. Oh, Saints just won.
Oh.
26-23. Mike, Lutz field goal. Will Lutz field goal. Good.
Hey, who dat?
Saints who that? It happened.
Bye, y'all. I'm out. Bye.
All right. Well, Larranz has departed, so I'm Jason.
There goes Larranz, Rutgers, Guider.
And Griffin.
And we'll see you next time at